In this video I want to show you what is running on my Alpine Linux setup, so what processes, and I also kind of want to go through how to, well, make Alpine more minimal, quote unquote. So what processes are actually required to running a desktop setup like I have here. And for that I will simply go through all of the processes and kind of explain what they do, why they're there, what they're needed for, and what happens when we kill them. And yeah, so right now we're sitting at about 1 GB of memory usage out of the 4 GB this ThinkPad X200 has. So I will simply open up HTOP and go through with it. Go through it. So yeah, so 1 GB roughly. So, and I will kind of start with the most obvious and most bloated processes, and then and then at the end go kind of into the more like kind of the stuff that's actually necessary to running a system. Alright, so if we go down here, so at the top we have our init system, and I will get to this in a bit, and again also to all these processes I will get to. But if we just go down here, we will see that one of the, and I mean this is probably the case for your system as well in most cases, because you probably are running some kind of web browser. And I'm currently running Chromium, on Google Chromium on the second workspace I have here. So if I switch to that, you see I have one Chromium window open. And this is all of these processes right here. These are all Chromium, because this is a app image, and it's a Nix store app image, so it has all of these kind of cryptic path names and whatnot. So if I close that though, and we are currently at 1 GB of RAM, and if I close that, we will see we will significantly drop some memory usage. So that's already great. So another thing that also launches with Chromium is, I think this launches with Chromium, because I wouldn't know what other process this would launch with, and that's dbus. And dbus is for like inter-process communication, I think. So it's kind of a bus for different processes to communicate with each other. But I don't really need this for anything. So we can just kill it and we shouldn't experience any trouble. So yeah, goodbye. Next up are these two processes right here. These are for GPG, so for encryption. And these automatically launch whenever I run any GPG command and decrypt or encrypt some file with my GPG keys. So these are not really necessary when you're not encrypting or decrypting stuff. And I can make this a bit bigger, by the way. So I can also kill these. And these will get relaunched if I now kill these. These will actually get relaunched whenever I do some GPG stuff. So for example, if I now launch pass menu, and I select I want to get the password for my email or whatnot, it will prompt me for this window right here, and I don't know if it already launched them. Yeah, so it already launched the GPG agent when I only like get prompted for the password, and it also launches dbus. So I guess it wasn't Chromium, so it was the GPG agent. So again, we can kill off all these if we don't really need to. Like, this is not necessary really. So yeah, let's just kill these again. Goodbye. And they're gone. So this Tmax session, this is for actually recording this video. And you can see this Tmax session has 2 instances of sh, so the shell, and each of these is running an ffmpeg command. And the reason I do this in 2 different processes is because this is an older laptop and it can't really handle like recording video and audio in one process. Then the audio gets kind of screwed up. So I do it like that. And I mean, I can go to let's just go here and not HTOP. Let's Tmax A, and we can see these 2 processes running. Oh, I don't know what this noisy output is, but I mean it's fine. So it works. And if we now look, we will see another. Well, somewhere there's another terminal window. So this ST is this one right here, and we can now close this, and Tmax will continue running in the background because, well, it's Tmax. So yeah, that's fine. Alright, now we can go through these Getty instances. So Getty is a TTY emulator. Well, not emulator, it's a TTY program. So this is for when you install a distribution like Alpine or also Arch and you boot it up for the first time, of course you don't have a graphical environment. So you are only in the TTY, and this is what these are for. So and the reason there's no TTY1 is because I am logged into TTY1. So, so this is basically this login right here, this login process. So this one. All right. So, and these are like, well, 5 other TTYs. So I can switch them by pressing Control Alt and then the F keys. So F2 to F6, and F1 would be the TTY I'm currently on. And I mean, we don't really need them. And I mean, we could try to kill them, but they will simply get respawned. So TTY2 is now gone, but if I go down here, it has been respawned automatically. So you can't really kill these, even though they may not be necessary, but they also they don't take up any resources, so whatever. All right. Next, I kind of want to talk about this. So this is again TTY1, which is running bin login, and I'm logged in as Nick, my user. So, and this has then spawned an sh, so a shell. And in this shell, I then typed start x, and so to start the x server, which has called x init with all of these arguments right here. And this has then spawned xorg and also dwm, which is my window manager. And this dwm has then spawned an st, so a terminal. And this is this terminal emulator right here, so this graphical window. And in this window, I'm running sh again, so my shell ash. It's linked as bin sh, so yeah, and within that I'm running htop. So this is this htop window right here, which we are currently operating in. So of course we can't kill all of this, because then it will simply, well, we won't be in htop anymore. So if I kill htop here, obviously it will just quit because I killed it. All right. So next up we have Emacs. So this is the Emacs daemon. If you use Emacs, you are probably using this as well. So if you set it up, of course. And what this means is that if I now want to start Emacs, I don't have to actually start the program Emacs, but I can simply start a Emacs client. So if I go here and run Emacs client with, I don't remember the arguments, to be honest, nw. So yeah, this will start it in the terminal. And I can now type some stuff here and whatnot. And I can also quit it. Or I have a shortcut to actually start a graphical window. So this instantly starts because it's connected to the server that's running in the background as a daemon. And we can stop the server. So we can stop this by simply running do as rc service, because this is an rc service, which I'll get to in a second, what these are. Do as rc service emacs.myuser stop. So this is stopping it and it's gone. So goodbye Emacs. All right. So we have all of these processes right here left. So the first I want to talk about is cronid, and this is for, I think, time synchronization. So if we type cronid-h right here, it will print out a, let me run this again and make this a bit smaller. So it will print out this whole help page, and you can already see, okay, set clock from RTC, and don't control clock. So it's a lot about clocks and stuff like that. And there's also a configuration file right here. And if we look at that, we will see like all of this. And this is now for time synchronization, I'm pretty sure. So NTP is for, I think, something, N is for something, and then TP is for time protocol, I think. So, and I mean, I don't really care about that right now, because I mean, if you look at my top right corner, I don't even have a clock on here. I don't care about time. So so we can kill this, and I mean nothing happens. So, or at least like at first nothing happens. So nothing breaks our running system. All right. Next up is ACPID. This is for, if we again go here and type ACPID.-h, we can see it is for ACPI events and then spawn specific helpers on event arrival. So this is for like hardware buttons and generally hardware stuff. And there's a config file at etc ACPI, or rather there are config files. And especially, so if I simply type that and then tab complete, it will tab complete this directory and then tab complete this file. And if we actually look at this file, we will see it's a shell script with power off. And this will probably be different on your system. But so what I think this is to handle the power off event. So if I press the power button, this is the script that will actually run. This will be run by ACPID. So, I mean, this is not really necessary because I can just type do as power off and it will power off. And this is how I do it most of the time anyways. So, and this is of course not needed for a running system, at least not for the system I'm running. So so if you were to, for example, if you would have, and I've done this on other like machines, if you want to, for example, get battery information and have that displayed in your status line or whatever, you also need, well, I'm not sure if you need ACPID, but you need ACPI. So yeah, okay, whatever. So, but we can kill it and it's fine. It won't break our system. Next is syslogd. I mean, this is what you would think it is. It's a system logger. So other processes can use this to log information to your disk. And this is normally stored in var log. So, I mean, this is also not really like critically necessary. So we can also just kill this and nothing happens. Next up are these two processes. This is UDHCP. UDHCPC. So U stands for like small. DHCP is the actual like thing this does. So DHCP is a protocol for automatic network configuration. So this is what's used to get you your IP address automatically, so you don't have to configure it statically. So that's that's DHCP, and C is probably for a client or something. And I have two of these running because on this X100 the LAN port doesn't work. So I have a like USB to LAN dongle, I know, and sometimes it gets set for Ethernet 0, sometimes for Ethernet 1. So I just enabled them both. So this is why there are two processes. But I mean, we don't really need networking like in this case. Or I don't need networking in this case right now. And I don't know if this will actually, I think this will also like break networking. So if I now ping, if I now ping my website, for example, now it works. And if we now kill these, let's kill them. It probably won't work. Yeah. So this doesn't work now anymore. And if I do RC service networking restart, I think it is, then it will restart my entire networking and it will respawn these processes and then networking will work again. So at least that's how it works on Alpine. Of course. So yeah, pretty nice. All right. And the last process I'm going to kill is this udevd. If we again type udevd-h, we see, okay, this is for managing devices. So I think this is for especially like USB devices. So I think if I so I have a USB microphone, and when I plugged it in earlier, I saw that udevd was actually spawning like multiple processes or spawning some child processes to like handle how this USB microphone gets handled. So I think this is what that is for. But I mean, do we really need that on a minimalist Alpine Linux setup? No, probably not. So let's kill it and we'll see nothing happens. The system is still running. It's all fine and well. All right. So the only process that's really left is this sbin init. And as you can see, it has the process ID, so the PID1. So this is the first process that gets started by the kernel. So by Linux. And this is, in this case, this is OpenRC. And this is why when I like start and stop like services, like for example Emacs, or also when I want to restart my networking, I type rc service because, well, that's the command for our OpenRC. So on like most like mainstream Linux distributions, this will be systemd. And I mean, there's a great debate to be had, of course, about like systemd and how bloated it is and all of this stuff. The point is, if I kill this, the whole system goes down because, yeah, this process is basically responsible for all other processes, I think. So as far as I understand it. So yeah, I'm not going to kill this, of course. And I'm also not going to kill the X session because, yeah, for obvious reasons. But as you can see now, if I make this a bit smaller, now, like, the only processes that are left running are, like, all of them, we understand them. So I can also kill this terminal emulator. So we have one login, so one TTY, the first TTY. We log into that. It starts a shell. We run start X. This starts xinit and xorg. Or rather, xorg gets then started by xinit. Xinit also starts DWM because that's in our .xinitrc file. In this DWM, we have then spawned an ST terminal, so a simple terminal for our, so this is this right here, which then spawns binsh. In this binsh, we then spawned htop. And we also have a background process running tmux with these arguments, it has the session ID, ffmpeg, then some timestamp thing. And in this tmux session, we have 2 shells, which are each running an ffmpeg command. And then we have these TTYs, which we don't really need, but which get automatically respawned. So, and yeah, that's all there is running right now. So, and I mean, the memory usage is still quite high because of this ffmpeg process running. So as you can see, it takes up 18% of my total memory. So yeah, this is quite a lot because it's recording video, of course. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. So all of these processes, as you can see, that are running on Alpine by default, like you can wrap your head around all of them without having really any trouble. Like all of this was pretty straightforward. Of course, I mean, I don't know what exactly UDFD is used for. Like, so if I now unplug and replug my microphone, will it automatically get detected, and can I automatically use it? Well, I don't know. Probably not without UDFD. Maybe not. I don't know. And like the same for ACPI and stuff like that. But yeah, all of the other processes. Yeah, so I think I found this quite interesting to like go through this like list of processes and just look, okay, like how much of this do I actually understand? And if I look on my Debian machine, like there's a lot more stuff there, and there's a lot more stuff I don't understand, and I don't know like what is this used for? Like why do I need this? So yeah, Alpine makes it really easy to understand because it's so minimal. There's just so few processes running, and the ones that are running typically have like one job that's like pretty clear and pretty easy to understand, I found. So yeah, that's it. That's all I wanted to show. I hope this was interesting for you. You can, I mean, I urge you to try this out yourself on your system and see what breaks when you stop what process. And yeah, that's it. Have a nice day.